Made was many of us can't see. I'm gonna move some forward real quick. See how much time I get in today. Sitting here looking at different stuff I can do. Me operating it. Man, I'm about to plug all that. Wanna give me a controller now. There we go, parents. Got it. We mastered all that lies before. That's what I I'm gonna have to learn how to start this timer from over here, so I ain't gotta switch settings. There you go. I'll put the shortcuts on. What's the shortcuts? Control Shift P. Alright, there we go. I'll move that down plane box up so you can see my loadouts. Dang. I ain't got my vents turned on. Let me check. Hey, appreciate you, yo. You see me out here grinding. I'm just warming up with this fort right now. Bing Bong 12 was out. Hey, Layway was out. Hey, what's good, y'all? Appreciate y'all for joining in. I'm just warming up with this Fortnite right now. Switch over to some 2K in a minute. Y'all just chill with me. I got the juice now, nigga. Back to my original car. Yes. 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 Oh, yes, a car. Okay. Okay. All right, Dan. For Dan, right? For you said next weekend. Okay. Go to sleep. All right. I had the Doctor Doom hands, I had Iron Man, and I had the feet, and I had shit. But I got ambushed by like it was like two people right there. I thought it was just that one person, but it was two. And I had a chainsaw. But I was just playing that to warm up. That's right. That's right. Did you take him out?
25 shield kill them.
That's my mans. Let them call that trash. Don't pay no attention when they call it trash. You feel me? They don't know what they talking about. I'm taking you and him out. It's good work. Good work. Chill, whatever. Get you some breakfast. Well, it probably ain't nothing in there for breakfast. What is it? Never allowed to come in here if I want to. Like you make them eggs right now. You hungry right now? I got some bread. Go get the bread. Make some toast. Well, if you wait about what 45 minutes, I'll make some waffles and then I ain't gonna make no eggs, but I'll make some waffles. What up, you? What's up? Hey, that's what's up. That's good. Hey, what I tell you? Didn't I tell you I wasn't gonna take you out when you came, when you wanted to go back out? You gonna have to wait too. Go to your bed. Bed, King. You wanna go outside? I gotta buy some new shoes. Where's he at? Is he at the door? King! Go to your bed. I gotta buy some shoes. Cause I'm tired of seeing my mans wear these shoes. You know what I'm talking about in the game. Yeah, I think I might can find some shoes. That's good. Yep, once you're ready to go to bed, it's time to go to bed. Yep. Sign back and they ain't got no shoes. Except for these. Balance got some cheap shoes. hilarious. It was a full box. I opened it and made two waffles and a piece. It's okay. Hey, I don't know what type of living that is. That's what's up. healthy. Today we getting healthy on Mental Health Thursdays. As a matter of fact, let me change that. I didn't even put mental health in there. All right, there we go. We're getting healthy. So I hope everybody is feeling well out there today. Now we need an overall picture of health. All right, we ain't doing the half C's no more. All right, we need an overall. Hey, what's up, Zanita 67? Today is a perfect day to be happy. Yes, have a terrific Thursday. Yes, you as well. Let me see if they let me type in the chat now. Yes. Great day, everyone. All right, so we getting the overall picture of health. We don't want to do the half of the picture no more. We need spiritual health. We need mental health. We need physical health. We need emotional health. We need healthy relationships. We need healthy food. Um, we need all of the health. Oh, let me turn my music down. Sorry. We need all of the health nowadays. It's so I got something I want to talk about for just a second. Just a second. Um, so I watch Family Matters, right? And I kind of what they say cringe. I kind of cringe now at Family Matters because the way they treat Urkel. Now, let me let that sink in on y'all. Is it okay because I wear glasses to call me a nerd? No, I punched the at you. Is it okay because my voice is a little high pitched to make fun of me? No, because I punched at you. Is it okay because you 6'2" Eddie and play on the football team and got this car and all the girls want to talk to you? Is that okay to treat me like trash? No, because I punched the at you. Laura, is that okay for you to act like I'm just some dude chasing behind you? No, it's not okay. Because when I get with old girl, you gonna want me. Or if I turn into Stefan, you gonna want me. So when I watch Family Matters, it don't give you a whole picture of health. You know what I'm saying? What it instead does is give you some quick lesson at the end of the show after they already done treated Steve wrong several times and the crowd done went, oh. So now here, what? However many years later, what that was, the 90s, 30 years later, we got to get back healthy. Shout out to Carl out there, my TV dad out there, Dancing with the Stars. We love you, man. That's my guy, Billy Oat, big guy. So let's get it. I'm gonna shock treatment y'all today. Paranormal activity. Let me see. Uh, strangest mental. Well, no, I gotta type it in. Paranormal activity caught on camera. Let's go. I don't want nothing too scary. I just want. Let's see. Let me see. I'm gonna give this one one chance. Oh, I gotta type in certain stuff. All right, let me see. No. Oh man. Okay, so that's not what I'm looking for. Alright, here we go. This is what I want to see. That's a drone. Hey, thanks, Fargalicious. Yeah, that's just a little drone. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Ain't nothing else going on here. Hey, what's up, oh? Ain't nothing to do with no Pentagon. Let's next. I told y'all we gonna do some shock treatment. Oh my gosh. You know what's funny about this? Y'all saw none of that. Y'all saw none of that. Y'all missed the whole thing. Alright. Well, we're gonna try that again. Let's go to the next one. Alright. Let's try this one.
On TikTok has left many viewers scratching their heads. The clip seems to be taken at some kind of gathering or festival. In the center of frame, we see a man pulling down what looks to be a very strange looking contraption, almost like a huge batch of colourful hay. Note that there doesn't appear to be anything inside of the strange structure. He places it down onto an object on the ground which seems to be spinning. The man pats the structure, and a few moments later, something bizarre happens. Watch.
The hell?
The device gets up and begins to move. It twirls about among the crowd with the man chasing it before the video ends. As it turns out, this footage was taken at a festival dedicated to the mysterious Zangbeto. In Western Africa, specifically Nigeria, Togo and Benin, a specific type of voodoo is practiced among the Ogu and Igan people of the area. The Zangbeto are considered to be guardians of the night, often referred to as night watchmen. The structures are made out of raffia or dried strands of hay placed over a wooden frame. According to Ogu legend, the Zangbeto are imbued with spiritual power, animating them to move around. It's said they can detect thieves and witches, and local communities entrust the Zangbedo to patrol the streets at night for protection. In this fascinating piece of footage uploaded to YouTube by search for Ahuru, we can see a Zangbedo being constructed. There's clearly nothing inside of the structure. Then, moments later, the Zangbedo becomes animated and begins to twirl and dance about.
How?
Local voodoo
Bruh.
practitioners say there isn't anyone hiding inside the haze structures. Instead, a type of ancient magic comes alive and moves the Zangbedo about. This magic informs a type of local vigilantism in which the Zangbedo patrol the streets at night, scaring away any would-be criminals.
What?
So let me know if you've heard of the Zangbedo and this fascinating tradition down in the comments section below.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out the Zangbedo.
Many pet owners believe that once their pet passes away, their spirit lives on in the real world.
Come on, we can get a
They
couple
may
more
see
in.
their pets go,
Remind me.
hear them, or feel their pets touch
Yeah,
them
Cousin
at
It.
times.
Maybe that's where they
These
got it
pets
from.
usually come
You
from
know what's
Florida.
funny? Look, let me see. I'm glad you in here today, cause I wouldn't even have thought of that. Cause maybe that's where they got it from. The Zangbedo. What the heck? Thank you, Zanita67. Let's see. Inspiration for. Cousin It is a fictional character. Hold on, let me see. Cousin It is diminutive. What? Hirsutu being. Excessive body hair on parts of the hair is normal, absent, and minimal. Oh, okay. This visible form composed entirely of floor-length hair. He is often attired, a bowler hat, and round sunglasses, and speaks in a high-pitched gibberish that is understood only by his family. As he was created specifically for television series, illustrations of the character by cartoonist Charles Adams, followed by the show debut. Okay, blah, 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 blah. That's crazy. It looked just like Cousin It. You're right. Let's keep going. I'm gonna keep that in mind too.
Is checking in on them from beyond the grave. One Reddit user, Felix ELH, swears that this kind of event occurred as caught on tape outside his home. While a beautiful thought, the video also remains slightly creepy in its own way, reminiscent of Stephen King's Pet Sematary. In the video, submitted to our subreddit, we see the pet owner's current dog, Shiloh, standing outside the home. Watch what happens. Shiloh jumps around excitedly just as a white mist-like shape drifts by. The Reddit user gave a little more clarification in the comments section. They explained that their dog Caden had passed away a year prior. The way that Shiloh's acting in the video, particularly the way he jumps about, is how he used to act around Caden. This has the Reddit user convinced that the mist caught on tape has to be their old dog dropping by for a visit, visiting Shiloh in particular.
That's right.
The ghostly shape is hard to pinpoint as Amber, who went to check what was happening outside, felt a very cold breeze as he went near the area. The kind of feeling that
All right, cool. Let's see the next one.
street
I'm getting somewhere with this, y'all.
camera. In the brief clip,
All right, please turn up the video. Gotcha. It was on music before, so I had it turned down.
Shiloh's
So sorry.
excited reaction and the subsequent mist
Alright.
definitely adds credence.
Let's see.
TikTok by Leonardo Palazzo 01 shows an
Leonardo.
apparent transformation taking place on security camera. In the brief clip, we see footage overlooking a street. A woman wearing a red top and blue jeans approaches a crosswalk and stops. As she stands there, we can see something truly bizarre happening. Take a look.
What the heck?
As you can see, her legs seem to bend back unnaturally.
Oh, she's just weird.
Reactions were mixed to this video. Some thought that the video could have easily been manipulated and is therefore fake. Perhaps the TikToker had used some type of editing program to cause the illusion that the woman's legs were bending. Others thought it was an example of saber legs, a type of hyperextension often seen in ballet dancers.
Can do that, ain't weird.
Still, a select few thought this had to be a shapeshifter.
Yeah, shapeshifter, that's what's up. It's a shapeshifter, alright. I'm getting somewhere with this, y'all. Let's just keep watching for right now. Y'all ignore my comments.
Abnormalities in reality, glitches in the Matrix, gaps in time. These suggestions are given when events happen that don't seem to match how the world really goes. Of course, some believe that clever camera work and editing are to blame for these strange occurrences caught on film. Redditor EMD416 shared a video to our subreddit that shows something odd taking place. Viewers can see security camera footage of a large fenced-in area outside at nighttime.
We be trusting these
The Redditor's dog
videos.
stands in front of the fence looking intently at something we can't see. 10 seconds into the video, something truly eerie happens. Watch. As you can clearly see, the dog suddenly vanishes from sight.
What the heck?
For a further 45 seconds, nothing happens, until, all of a sudden, the dog appears on the other side of the fence at the edge of the street.
Bruh, what?
What the f?
Had the dog witnessed something supernatural across the fence? After all, animals are said to be able to see things beyond what humans can detect. Some viewers insisted that the dog was abducted by aliens.
They edited. That's what everybody will say.
More level-headed theories suggested that there was a cut in the footage, perhaps a glitch of some kind. If you watch the clip closely, just as the dog disappears, car headlights pop up down the road.
Yep, at the same moment.
Replaying this sequence over, it does look like there's a cut or glitch in the film. Perhaps the security system materialized glitch.
Yeah, that's whack.
Let's
look at this one.
In the video, we can see a young man running across a crosswalk. Watch what happens.
Oh my gosh, no!
As you can see, midway through, he's lifted into the air and thrown to the ground. He gets up and slowly walks back to the street from where he came. A woman walking in the background stops to stare at him, clearly surprised. So what could have caused this strange event? Some think this video is proof that we're living in a simulation, that the camera caught some kind of glitch in reality taking place. Weirdly, if you slow the footage down, something strange happens to the man's shadow as he flies through the air. It seems to shift unnaturally. Proponents of the Matrix theory say that the shadow is further proof of a glitch in the fabric of reality.
I always throw these words.
Others say that the shadow demonstrates that the footage has clearly been edited. So what do you think? Before we take a look at a truly bizarre
No, I don't want to subscribe.
man who walks casually away from the street. Initially, it looks like a large grey animal is trailing behind the car. It looks as though the animal suddenly transforms into a man who walks casually away from the street, completely unfazed. However, if you watch the clip a couple more times, you'll begin to see what's really happening.
He kind of crawled away.
It seems that a man actually bails out of the car at speed.
Yeah.
He hits the ground and manages to recover almost perfectly. He stands up and nonchalantly leaves the scene.
Yeah, these was whack. Okay, I'm glad we got to see him, though. They were supposed to kind of wake you up for the day. So, the reason why we watch those is the same reason why I was talking about Urkel in Family Matters. So, you can push anything you want to the side. You can ignore anything you want. But what happens when it comes back and keeps coming back and never goes away and is persistently on your case about whatever it is? Something that's just always in your face. And what if that something that's always in your face is something that you don't always want to see? How do you remain healthy in that situation? Do you run away from what you don't want to see fast enough to where you don't see it and you can keep chasing the stuff you do want to see? So you running away from what you don't want to see and chasing what you do want to see. How do you stay healthy? You never get any rest. If you rest, the stuff that you don't want to see is going to catch you. If you rest, you lose sight or lose track or lose pace with the stuff that you want to see. So how do you stay healthy? Let's find out. Healthy mindset. Let's see. I like these cool videos.
The pineal gland has tiny little cilia, hair-like extensions all around it. When you hold your breath and you finally...
Hey, Psych2Goers, welcome back. Thank you for being here. When you think of the phrase, creating healthy habits for yourself, you probably think of eating healthy, exercising, and getting to bed on time. These are all great things to do for your physical health. But what about creating healthy habits for your mental health? Keeping a healthy mind is just as important as keeping a healthy body, because one can easily influence the other. If you want to know more about good mental health habits, here are 6 surprising habits that make you mentally strong. Number 1, you are in control of your emotions. Did a recent argument with a friend leave you feeling hurt or upset because of what they said? Have your parents ever told you that you need to do a better job on your chores when you thought you were doing a good job already? In both of these situations, it's understandable that you may feel upset, anxious, annoyed, or even outright angry, and that's okay. Feeling these kinds of emotions doesn't make you weak. It's perfectly normal. It's when you don't allow those negative emotions to take control of you that makes you mentally strong. For example, while arguing with your friend, you didn't take your anger out on them and chose to keep calm, even though you were upset at the time. Or maybe when you're sad, you don't let that heaviness drag you down and keep you from moving forward. You try to move past your emotional hurdles. You recognize these negative emotions and choose to acknowledge them. In doing so, you're able to calmly process them and work through them, leaving you with the ability to respond to most situations with a clear head. Number 2, you question your thoughts and beliefs. How does questioning thoughts and beliefs make you mentally strong though? When you think critically about your thoughts and beliefs, you're challenging yourself. With the internet at our fingertips, there is so much information to take in and explore. This can be overwhelming when you're trying to keep up with what's true and what's lies, or what's just a rumor. It can be really easy to blindly accept everything you hear as truth. Mentally strong people make a habit of questioning or thinking critically about things they come across, whether it's something a close family member told them or a news article they saw. Questioning things that you read or hear gives you a reason to dig deeper, allowing you to learn more, and gives you the opportunity to learn about different people's perspectives. By doing this, it gives you control over how the information affects you. Have you ever wanted to increase your own level of happiness? Would you like to do something in particular to help raise your joy and well-being? Or maybe you've always wanted to experience an Ivy League education without the commitment. Yale University is offering an online course called The Science of Well-Being, where Dr. Santos reveals certain misconceptions about happiness and recommends tips for increasing happiness, such as savoring our everyday experiences and appreciating them while they happen, as well as encouraging random acts of kindness. These are all just small snippets of what the course has to offer. If you like the tips from this video and want to learn more about how to increase your own well-being and productivity,
All right, hold on. I think we've seen
If
that
you
one
have a
too. All right, let's try this one.
'Cause baby you.
That's my guy.
Today, I'm going to be giving you 7 different keys for better mental health. If there's one thing that we've realized over the past few years is that mental health is something that it's gone down a lot for a lot of people. The average amount of phone calls into the crisis hotline has literally gone up 3 times, 300% from what it was a few years ago. And so with better mental health, this is something that we all need to concentrate on because we are the ones that are in charge of our own mental health. There's nobody else's job but our own to improve our own mental health. And so for today, I'm going to give you 7 different keys to improve your mental health. So let's dive into it. Number 1. If it still bothers you after 24 hours, speak up within 48 hours, okay? Something happens to you. Maybe you're in a relationship with somebody and they do something. And what you typically would do is take those feelings and push them down. And what you want to say, you don't say. And you're just like, I'm just going to avoid it. I'm going to avoid this conversation because I know that it could turn into a blow up and she could blame me for it and I could blame her for it. And then it's just easier not to get into it. If something is still kind of lingering, if it's still bothering you after 48 hours, you need to speak up within the next 24 hours. I'm sorry, if it's still bothering you within 24 hours, you need to speak up in the next 24 hours. So if it bothers you after 24 hours, speak up within those 48 hours because what it's doing is it's showing you something. I don't know what that something is, but I do know something around that. Is ignoring something does not make it go away. Ignoring something just puts it in the dark, puts it under the rug, and you just keep putting things under the rug and under the rug and under the rug. Eventually, it's going to build up and you're going to trip over that rug. And so if there's something, anything, you need to say something to someone, you need to express something to somebody, whatever it is, if it still bothers you after 24 hours, speak up within 48 hours. That's number 1. Number 2, get better at expressing your feelings. Part of being a human is having a large range of emotion. We can have the highest of highs, we can have the lowest of lows. We all, myself included, everybody need to get better at expressing our feelings. So we need to express what's going on inside of us. If you have anger, let the anger out in a safe place. If you have sadness, let the sadness out in a safe place. If you have frustration, let it out in a safe place. Stop holding it all in. We're holding on to so much of it. Like sometimes if you're just really pissed off, if you're really angry, if you're really frustrated, maybe what you need to do is go to a kickboxing class. Maybe you need to go to the gym. Maybe you need to go to kickboxing class, then go to the gym, and then have that conversation like we were just talking about a minute ago. Stop holding it in so much. If your body is at ease when you're not holding it all in, then it is at dis-ease when you don't release it. And so dis-ease inside of your body can turn into disease in your body. And you might say, oh my God.
My gosh, that's my
You need to go to the gym. Maybe you need to go to kickboxing class, then go to the gym, and then have that conversation like we were just talking about a minute ago. Stop holding it in so much. If your body is at ease when you're not holding it all in, then it is at dis-ease when you don't release it. And so dis-ease inside of your body can turn into disease in your body. And you might say, oh my gosh, that sounds so woo-woo-y and stuff. Well, there's an entire book on this called The Body Keeps Score, where emotion that is suppressed inside of you, emotion that you suppress, actually turns into a lot of disease inside of the body, right? So don't apologize for expressing your feelings. Now, are there right ways to express your feelings and wrong ways? Of course. But don't apologize for expressing something that feels true to you. And don't let somebody else invalidate your feelings simply because it doesn't line up with the way they feel about a situation. And so one of the things we can all do is just get better at expressing our feelings. Whenever something comes up, try to express it. Try to let it through. If it's sadness, there's so many people that you have so much grief that you are holding on to inside of you and you haven't let yourself feel it. Somebody died, somebody left, something happened the way that you didn't want it to happen. You were neglected, all kinds of things. And sometimes what we need to do is we need to actually just let it all out. Okay? So don't apologize for expressing your feelings. Express your feelings in a safe place, in a safe way. And then also don't let people invalidate your feelings. So that's number 2. Number 3. Get better at asking for help. Like we all need help at some point, right? And so many people that I see, so many people come to me and they're just like, I'm terrible at asking for help. I put everything on my back. I try to do everything for everyone else. And I'm just so terrible at asking for other people to help me. Imagine that everything that you go through, everything that happens to you in your life, everything that you do has some weight to it. You know, a fight that you have with somebody has weight to it. A to-do list that's way too long has weight to it. Things that happen to your childhood have weight to it. And I'm just talking about physical weight. Just imagine that it weighs 1 pound. And you keep putting that 1 pound, you know, each one of the things weigh 1 pound. You're putting into a backpack on your back. You're putting it into a backpack on your back. You're putting into a backpack on your back. And you keep putting on more and more and more and more weight. You put it in your backpack. You put it in your backpack. You put it in your backpack. And you realize a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the road, it's like you're carrying a backpack that weighs 300 pounds. There are people in your life that are more than willing to help you take some of the weight, but you don't ask for help. That's why it feels so heavy. That's why we say it feels, oh my gosh, it just feels so heavy. I don't know why. At some point, you have to learn to drop the weight. At some point, you have to reach out to somebody and say, hey, I need help with this. I need help with the way that I'm feeling. At some point, you have to drop the weight and ask for some help. Otherwise, it's going to all come crashing down. I've been there before. So many people have been there before. You have to learn to ask for help. It's like the phrase, the mountains that you are meant to climb, the mountains that you are carrying, you are only meant to climb, right? The things that you're going through, you were only supposed to climb that mountain. You weren't supposed to take that mountain and put it onto your back and carry it with you all of the time. And so sometimes we just got to get better at asking for help. And so if you feel like you need some help, who is the person in your life that you feel you can reach out to, that you trust more than anything else, and just be like, hey, can I express? Can I get help? Can I vent to you? Can I talk? Whatever it is that you need to do. You need to learn at some point in time that we just got to get better at asking for weight. You can't do everything alone. A lot of us think that doing things alone is the only way that we can do it, is because sometimes we were the only one that we could trust when we were children. There wasn't anybody else that was helping. Sometimes you're taking care of your parents when you're 9 years old, 10 years old, because they don't have it all together. We've got to get out of that programming that we've created on ourselves and just say, hey, I've got to ask for some help. So if you feel like there's something you need to ask for help with, go and ask for help. So that's number 3. Number 4, this is a big one. Start treating yourself like someone that you're responsible for taking care of. Let me say that again, because a lot of people are not going to, it's going to hit. Treat yourself like someone that you are responsible for taking care of. Stop taking care of everyone else and just forgetting about yourself. Don't say that you don't have enough time to take care of yourself. Make time. If something is important to you, if it's a priority, you will find time. You will find a way to get it done. The most important person in your life is you. Now, I've already triggered some of you that are sitting out there that are like, hold on, but I've got kids, I've got a spouse, I've got family, I've got to take care of my mom, I've got to take care of all these other people. How could I possibly be the most important person in my life? Because you cannot pour from an empty cup. If you're just waking up and immediately going to helping your kids, and then when you're done with that, you're immediately
is like on fire.
spouse, I've got family, I've got to take care of my mom, I've got to take care of all these other people. How could I possibly be the most important person in my life? Because you cannot pour from an empty cup.
I'm subscribing.
If you're just waking up and immediately going to helping your kids, and then when you're done with that, you're immediately helping other people and helping other people and helping other people, and you're not helping yourself, eventually you're going to run out. Eventually you're going to run out of energy. There's going to be a breakdown. There's going to be something that's going to go wrong. So what does self-care look like to you? What is taking care of yourself look like to you? And when I say self-care, I don't mean like going and getting your hair done. Now, that's fine. You could definitely do that if that makes you feel good. I don't just mean getting your hair done or a massage or nails done or facial, any of those things. All of those things are great. But like when I'm talking about really taking care of yourself, like real self-care, I'm talking about things like meditation, sitting down and taking some time to yourself, allowing yourself to feel, to think. I'm talking about sitting down and journaling your thoughts, journaling your emotion, journaling what's been going on throughout your day, throughout your life. I'm talking about working out. You know, there's so many studies, like a ridiculous amount of studies that talk about one of the key ways to hold off on depression, to push depression away, or to get out of depression is to get your body moving, to get some form of workout or yoga or running or walking or movement in general. And so working out is a form of self-care. Eating healthy is a form of self-care. A lot of people, when you're going through a lot of stuff, when you're carrying all this weight, when you're not asking for help, when you're not expressing your emotions, you go to numbing. And numbing can mean that you eat food that's not necessarily the food that's helping you. And so eating healthy is a really high value form of self-care. So meditation, working out, eating healthy. What does it mean to you? For some of you, it might be going on a hike in the mountains, depending on where you live. For some of you, it might be going for a swim and doing laps every single morning. So like, what does self-care mean to you? That's something that you need to journal through. You're serving no one when you're ignoring your self-care. So that's number 4. Number 5, stop trying to escape your pain. An attempt to escape pain ends in causing more pain. By pushing it away and acting like it's not there, it's only going to make it worse. The only way past your pain is to go through your pain, to learn from your pain. Acting like it's not there is not going to help you. Looking away, oh my gosh, no, it's not over there. Don't worry. I've been through some shit, but it's okay. Like looking away, numbing, all of these things don't make your pain go away. It's like, the way I like to think of it is like the parable where it's like, the guy's holding a bottle of water. And he's in front of a class and he says, hey, how much do you think this bottle of water weighs? And they're like, oh, it weighs 10 ounces. It weighs a pound. And he's like, okay. And he holds it there and he says, now, how much do you think it's going to weigh on me if I hold this for a few minutes? What if I hold this for a few hours? What if I hold this out in front of me, this bottle of water that only weighs a few ounces, 10 ounces, whatever it is, and I hold it for 24 hours? And I hold it for 48 hours. In 2 hours, what's going to start to happen? My arm's going to tire out. My body's going to start to fail from it. The weight of the bottle didn't change. The only thing that changed was how long I'm holding on to it. So this bottle that I'm talking about, the water that we're holding on to, it's only 10 ounces, but we hold it and hold it and hold it and hold it. It's all of our worry. It's all of our problems. It's all of our stress. It's all of our anxious thoughts. We have to learn to be able to let all of it go. What does it look like for you to let go, to stop trying to escape the pain, but to just work through it and let it go? Because acting like it's not there doesn't make it there. Right. You're still holding on to it, even if you're like, I'm not holding this water, I'm not holding this water, I'm not holding this water. You're still holding the water. And over time, the weight only starts to hurt you more.
Right.
Okay, that's number 5. Number 6 is more silence. Just more silence. More of it. All too often, we're so busy moving and moving and moving and moving and moving and moving and having to do this and having to do this and having to do this and this. How can we just build more silence into our life? In your life, can you figure out a way to build more silence? Now, there's a part of you, if you're an overachiever like I am, that's like, hold on, I'm so busy. Like, I'm not where I want to be in life. I've got to be productive. I've got to succeed. I've got to work. I've got to get to where I need to go. More silence sounds like it's going to be holding me back from being more productive.
Right.
You've got to find more time to just sit and do nothing. Yes. Now, Rob 10 years ago would have been like, all right, you woo-woo-y creep, just sit and do nothing. That's not going to do anything for my life. But as I've gotten older and I've started to work through things in my life and I've built a company and built relationships and built a team and all these things, I realize that silence, just nothing, is actually one of the biggest things that you could do for your own mental health. For me, I never got it. I used to always get into my mom's car and she never had any music on. And I was like, this is driving me crazy. We need some music on. I was like, how do you do this? And she's like, because when I'm in silence, that's my time to think. And I was like, I can't do that. This is ridiculous. And then like the past 6 months, I get into my car and I love music. I'm a musician. I've been obsessed with it since I was a kid.
Let me tell you what $5 means to my campaign. $5 allows us to contact thousands of voters in critical swing states. I
just don't listen to music as much because I allow that time while I'm driving to just sit and think and process life and not feel like I always have to be going, stimuli. And so sometimes, like this morning I woke up and I just sat on my couch this morning, drinking my coffee for a good 25 minutes. I wasn't reading. I wasn't listening to music. I wasn't doing anything. I was just allowing myself to simply exist.
Yes, sir.
And I feel like that made me way more calm. to be able to do that. So just try to put more silence into your life. Try to put more silence. Take 5 minutes after this podcast. I'm okay with you turning this podcast off when we get done here and taking 5 minutes just to sit and think and exist and allow your brain just to simply calm down a little bit. So number 6 is more silence. Number 7, put your thoughts onto a piece of paper. Man, I don't know how many people have told me. They'll send me emails, they'll talk to me, they'll send me a message on Instagram and say, I heard you talk about journaling for 6 months, for a year, for 2 years, 3 years. They've been listening to podcasts and they just didn't journal. And they're like, you know what? One day I just decided I thought that it was dumb. I thought it didn't make any sense. One day I just decided to put all my thoughts down on paper. And I started to figure myself out more. And it started to make my life easier. And it started to make my brain work better. And I started to actually put a plan together of how I was going to improve my life. And so life is so complex, so ridiculously complex. You can't figure it out in your head sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes you've got to put it on paper. You've got to see it. You've got to let your brain release it because your brain now knows it's on paper. And then you've got to pick apart the pieces that you put on that piece of paper and say, all right, I need to fix this in my relationship. My relationship has caused me a lot of stress. Let me journal through what would make my relationship better. You know what? Shit, I've got to have a really tough conversation with her about XYZ. This thing that happened that I don't feel good about the way that happened. Or maybe I'm seeing something that I did and I don't like the way that I reacted. And I need to go to her and I need to apologize. That would make me feel like our relationship, we worked through it. So put all of your thoughts down on a piece of paper and just start to work through that piece of paper. I always give the example of like, if I give you a complex math problem and I said, figure it out, you can't use your phone, what are you going to ask? Can I have a pen and paper at least? Why? Because it's easier to make a complex math problem, to work through a complex math problem when you can see it and it's on paper.
Yes.
Your life, your mind, all of your relationships, your business, your family, all of these things are way more complex than a math problem. So many variables exist in it. When you just put it on paper, it makes it so much easier to work through it. So those are the 7 things that I want you to do, 7 keys to better mental health. Number 1, if it still bothers you after 24 hours, speak up within 48 hours. Number 2, get better at expressing your feelings. Number 3, get better at asking for help. Number 4, treat yourself like someone that you're responsible for taking care of. Number 5, stop trying to escape your pain. Number 6, have more silence in your life, asking for help, 48 hours. Number 2, get better at expressing your feelings. Number 3, get better at asking for help. Number 4, treat yourself like someone that you're responsible for taking care of. Number 5, stop trying to escape your pain. Number 6, have more silence in your life. And number 7, put your thoughts down on paper. So that's what I got for you for today's episode. If you love this episode, please share it on your Instagram stories and tag me in it, Rob Dial Jr., ROBDIALJR. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, we've got a ton of stuff that we put on there. So if you use Instagram and you want me to kind of put your news feed and put some mindset tips, tricks, all that stuff, we put a lot of stuff on Instagram that we don't put in this podcast. So if you want some extra tips and tricks, go ahead and follow me on there, Rob Dial Jr., ROBDIALJR. And I'm going to leave the same way I leave you every single episode. Make it your mission to make someone else's day better.